ThionExtra is the second to the last product that we introduced. The newest one is N-sorb, and Steve Kushner is going to be up here in a little while giving you the details on that. But ThionExtra was actually, I did a formula for a previous company, and it was a good formula. But I modified the formula because when Steve and I got together, one of the things I said to Steve is, we're not going to worry about the cost. Can you believe, I'm getting ready to say something sound totally insane. We're not going to worry about the cost of the product. We want to produce the best. We'll figure out how to make it marketable afterwards. And that's been our paradigm. And ThionExtra, I upgraded it because the previous company that I did the formula for was worried about the cost, and I had to try and cut edges and reduce doses and things like that. It was still a great product. It is a 4-way super immune boosting dietary supplement that promotes the production of nitric oxide, glutathione, superoxide dismutase, and immune system protecting dendritic cells. So the effect of free radical on cell membranes. And you're going to see this again when Steve does his, I believe. So this is what a healthy cell membrane should look like. And this is a depiction. And this is what an unhealthy cell membrane. And when the cell membrane's gone, the cells are dead. So we're going to rejuvenate and energize the health of your body at a cellular level with protosomed ThionExtra. All our products are protosomed. So this is what glutathione looks like under X-ray crystallography. It is a tripeptide. It's got 3 proteins and selenium and the 3 amino acids, I should say, glutamine, glycine, and L-cysteine, or their derivatives like N-acetyl cysteine. In fact, glutathione is the only antioxidant that is regenerated, contained in, and produced by almost every cell in the human body. The ThionExtra formula is a powerful proprietary blend that also contains the prothiolan complex consisting of thioctic acid and a patented LPC 108 Scotch pine cone extract, the trade name Proligna, which you also see on your Prodovite. One of the most potent immune boosters in nature. Proligna is the result of over 30 peer-reviewed studies demonstrating its beneficial properties. Prothiolan is a complex, it's a combination of powerhouse antioxidant blend of the thioctic acid, which is a sulfur-containing fatty acid compound that promotes liver health, elevates levels of glutathione, and relieves oxidative stress, optimizing cellular oxygen utilization. Remember, we want to improve the ability to use oxygen, to manage it. Thioctic acid is essential for life and aerobic metabolism, cellular energy production using oxygen. And the Proligna, this extract helps build immune dendritic cells up to 9-fold in less than 2 weeks. So dendritic cells are the immune cells that identify an antigen, an unwelcome, bad invader in the body. A pathogen called an antigen. It would be an allergen as well. Allergens are antigens. And the cells that identify this are called dendritic cells. And they present this antigen to a macrophage, macro-big phage eater cell, immune cell. And the lower your dendritic cell count is, the weaker your immune system is and its capabilities. People with allergies and things like that have very low dendritic cell capabilities. And people who have autoimmune disease have low dendritic cell capabilities. So this extract increased dendritic cell count up to 9-fold in 10 days. So it takes 1 to 2 weeks to build up mature dendritic immune cells, which then work to promote immune competence. Dendritic cells determine the presence of pathogens and then educate the rest of the immune system to their presence so they can be destroyed. It gives your immune memory. Dendritic cells have the broadest range of antigen presentation. That's why they're also called antigen-presenting cells. And they're probably the most important of the antigen-presenting cells. And again, antigens are harmful molecules foreign to the body that generally cause a health problem. They're a type of pathogen. I think I just heard myself say that. Without dendritic immune cells, the immune system cannot tell the difference between friend or foe, and often ends up attacking the host body and not the pathogen. With higher levels of dendritic cells, the immune system is much more efficient in identifying true pathogens. So, for example, dendritic cells enable more effective immune attacks on harmful anaerobes like yeast and parasites, microbes and other viruses. And they're a rich source of lignans and saccharides, various types of sugars. Research indicates that conjoining lignans with polysaccharides increases immune potentiating activity. This is backed by 14 patents. And it's only extracted with water. Proligna is derived from pine cones, Scotch pine cones, by the way, which have been studied for years since they never decompose. In fact, the Moffitt Cancer Center scientists studied Proligna and proved that it enhanced immunity and T-cell production. Other important ingredients are N-acetylcysteine, N-acetylglucosamine, milk thistle extract, quercetin, prothiolan, nitro-C, which is a Mycearia dubia. This is the latest addition. When I improved the formula, this is what went in. And we recently increased the potency of this ingredient by 4-fold. There's 800 milligrams of this ingredient in every dose. And this is why this is an important ingredient. There's a story. This is the guy that actually introduced me to the Proligna.
My wife and children were visiting friends just 2 streets from my house. And I just jumped on my scooter and headed over. And that's the last thing I remember. Unbeknownst to me, I had blacked out. And according to this eyewitness, I flew over the handlebars like a rag doll. And I hit the mailbox with my head. I wasn't wearing a helmet. My point of impact was right here, right on my temple. This little dent here is where I blew a 6-inch hole in my skull and shoved it 5 inches into my brain. They had covered my body with a sheet because they declared me dead. And I started talking, and another voice shrieked and said, "This guy just talked. Who took his vitals?" They assumed I had bled out and died. They took me immediately into the operating room. I was given a 1% chance of making it through the night. I didn't know that until 2 months later. Well, fake them up. When I was sent home and discharged, it was the most burning, searing, excruciating headache pain. And it was 24 hours a day. And they told me I was going to have seizures on and off for the rest of my life. I'm 6 weeks into my prescribed medications, knowing that a lot of this stuff is addictive. None of it seems to be helping me at all. Having had the knowledge and experience with my Nitro-C and all of the research we had done prior to my accident, I decided I've got nothing to lose. I'm stopping all of this medication, and I'm only going to take the Nitro-C. So I'm 18 pills into my therapy. The morning of the 3rd day, 4 o'clock in the morning, I bolted up in bed. My wife thought I was having my first seizure. I scared the hell out of her. She grabbed me, asking me if I was okay, what was going on. I said, "Honey, I don't have a headache this morning." The pain was gone, like turning a light switch on, off. And from that day, I just continued to take my Nitro-C religiously, and it never, ever, ever came back.
That little fruit, Mycearia dubia, it's a cherry-sized fruit, has more vitamin C than 70 oranges. And it's all bound to nitric oxide. It's amazing stuff. And we have a lot of people taking massive amounts of arginine to try and do that. And arginine actually is the fuel resource for enabling the replication of the herpes virus. So, you know, a lot of these athletes that do this suffer things like fever blisters, mouth ulcers, canker sores, cold sores, Bell's palsy, shingles, et cetera, because they're feeding the herpes virus. And this is not doing that at all. As a matter of fact, it promotes immune competence to prevent that. This is an amazing product. I really recommend everybody take a close look at using this to boost immune function. It's an excellent addition to a Prodovite and N-sorb program. So it boosts your body's production of glutathione and superoxide dismutase. These are the 2 most vital antioxidants in your body. SOD happens to be the 5th most abundant protein in the body, and the first line of defense against oxygen-free radicals, and increases the number of dendritic cells and nitric oxide-bound vitamin C to boost circulation and immune system competence. It helps your body feel and look and function younger. So it's made from powerhouse evidence-based nutraceutical ingredients that are protozomed, and they support repair and maintenance and protection of your genes, nitrogen balance, cell cleansing and detox, antioxidant function, immune function, cellular energy output and stamina, cell signaling and regulation of many of the body's processes, improved mental clarity, anti-aging, life extension, improves the ability to use oxygen and eliminate waste. You can renew, reinvigorate, and regenerate your body to better health with ThionExtra. Thank you.